everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you late in the afternoon, or late at night, in fact, at downtown Manila. Got an awesome guest on today. He's all the way from South Africa, right? His name is Tim Wagner. Tim's a very interesting gentleman. He's an international speaker and breathwork alchemist. He's going to tell you all about that, how important that is. He's going to tell you about it a bit shortly. His company name is Professional Pointer Coaching. Personal development and coaching. Been doing that for some 17 years. Brief description of his business. At Professional Pointer Coaching, I help high-functioning professionals and teams break free from the silent slide to burning out and reclaim their energy, clarity, and purpose. Otherwise, why the hell are you doing it, guys? Right? So they can flourish once more. So it's all about, systems. I tell people, why do McDonald's run $1 billion company and the mother can't get them to clean their bedroom? Because McDonald's has got a system. She hasn't. It's really that simple, guys. Key achievements of projects guiding hundreds around the world to discover the power of breath work for healing, peace, and clarity. Very important, guys. Tim will tell you more about it shortly. Design and coach on my signature coaching program, creator of the well-being curve and self-centric cycle frameworks. Personal motto, breathe beyond burnout. Interesting fact. This is what I love. Most of you have been there, guys. I was a typical corporate guy, climbing the ladder and chasing the paycheck, having a job, guys, just on broke. That's what a job is, guys. You're living paycheck to paycheck, just on broke. Until 2018, I hit the burnout and quit. Scariest thing I've ever done in my life, 27-year career, and yet the easiest to make. Like they say. That's it. It's like, some people say once black, never back. Or same as leaving that corporate jungle, guys. You just don't go back because you realise you got family, you got friends, you got faith, and you got freedom. The ultimate freedom, man. Freedom, Jeff. Yeah, the ultimate. That's it. The ultimate. Yeah. Well, I went to the markets today. It was a quiet day, so I planned it that way deliberately. I'm going away in a couple of days. So I went to the markets and I bought seafood and fresh veggies, had a nice cup of coffee, relaxed, and then came home and cooked up a storm. Had an awesome day because I knew all people I'm going to talk to today are all coming online now till about 4 a.m. So I've got a heavy day ahead of me starting now. But I've had a good time. Wow. Nice and relaxed. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career. Tim, tell us that moment, how this all came about.
Well, if you'd told me when I walked out my corporate career that I was going to be doing what I'm doing now, I was, don't understand it. Don't get it. Because when I left not knowing who the hell I am. Why am I here? What's my purpose in life? Because I was so stuck in the corporate way, and the relationship with the family was shot. The business I was running was struggling. I couldn't focus. I couldn't sleep. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know there was coaches and people.
Trying to survive, right? Just trying to survive.
Just trying to survive, but stuck in that corporate role for the fear of leaving and missing out on that big paycheck.
Yeah.
Until I realized hunting for the paycheck was actually killing me. And I quit. And that was it. So I went on a journey for, it was about 4 or 5 years, right through COVID and the pandemic, through the other side, to go and discover the answers, try and find out about what the hell was going on. What happened? Why, after 27 years working in hospitality, which never sleeps, as you know, you had restaurants, you're in the business.
Yeah.
It's 365.
Yeah, right.
That never changes. The seasons come and go. The staff come and go. The problem clients come and go. The government policies and problems and taxes and come and go and all that. But that doesn't change. How come I couldn't handle life any longer?
Yeah.
And so I went on the journey to try and discover what was going on with me. And I slowly started to unpack this and created
more time to think about it, right? Now you had time.
Because I had time. I had freedom. I was out there. And, the biggest thing that made me have that time was I had to create it. And we've just been talking about it before now. The wife and I were after our freedom.
Yes.
When the world stole our freedom in 2020, that's what they stole. They stole our freedom. We said, that's it, I'm done. We sold our home. We gave away a lot of our furniture. We put the few things we wanted in a storage unit. I bought a van, converted it, and hit the road for 1.5 years and traveled South Africa.
Nice.
Beautiful. Absolutely amazing. How many people don't...
What part of the world was that, Tim?
through South Africa, because it was still part of the whole pandemic and the restrictions. But South Africa is like Australia. It's huge.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was so big. Right.
Massive. But how often do you actually travel on your own doorstep?
You don't. There's the trouble. You don't.
Yeah. And now, so during this time was the first time I was actually able to stop, slow down, smell the roses, enjoy the scenery, take everything
There's
in.
an elephant. Oh my goodness, look, there's a lion.
Well, yeah. Them as well. They were part of the package, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
So it was during this journey that I was going through this personal development, this introspective analysis. You know, sometimes you've got to go inside to discover the answer. The answer is not out there.
No.
It's in here.
Yeah.
It's not in here. We live here. I lived in my head for 27 years, and the answers aren't there. The answer's here.
Right. Yeah.
And it was during this process that you asked me, what's breathwork alchemy? It was during this process that I stumbled across, or I like to say, breathwork found me.
Yes.
And I wasn't looking for it. I didn't even know breathwork was a thing. I thought, you breathe. You live, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I'm exactly. You know, everybody breathes. You need the oxygen. Breathe. Off you go. And I came across some articles about breathwork. And here's the first thing that I learned, tying it back to why I left the corporate world, that when you shut your mouth and you breathe through your nose, it acts as a natural tranquilizer through your nervous system. So if you're stressed and anxious, it calms you down. And I thought, isn't that interesting? Linking it back to stress, anxiety, burning out, can't focus, can't concentrate, can it be as simple as shutting your mouth and breathing through your nose? And the answer is, after research that I did, and yes, it's true. You know why?
You're going to tell me.
There we go. When you are in a panic state, what we call fear, fight, flight, you've heard of this before, right? This is when you're stressed and anxious and you're angry. Naturally, you breathe in and out your mouth. It's how we've been designed. The universe, the creator, God, whoever designed us to react in a stressful situation, like you're running from that lion.
Yeah.
You panic, you run, fear, fight, flight, breathe into your chest, in and out your mouth. Don't think about it, react, go to the cave, you're safe, the lion's gone, and you're calm. But the problem is, in society, because of these things, because of the internet,
you've been revved up.
All the time, we never slow down. We don't sleep. Our diets are shot. We're not eating fresh fruit from the fruit and veggies and fish from the market like you are. The food is processed and full of chemicals. We live online. Our brains are permanently go. So you don't sleep. You don't rest. Your nervous system is shot. And you live in that permanent state of fear, fight, flight, which means you're breathing in and out your mouth. Primary cause of lifestyle dis-ease, not disease, no such word as disease, dis-ease, out of balance, dis-ease, out of balance, is caused just stress and anxiety. 80%.
I get that, yeah.
Right. So how do you slow that down? How do you reset your nervous system? Shut your mouth, breathe through your nose.
Interesting. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, Tim, and how have you overcome that over the years?
In what I'm doing now, the most challenging, me. Learning to unlearn what I've been doing for decades.
Yes.
And realizing, hang on a second, what I've been doing was not who I am. I was following that corporate path. I was doing what society told me to do, what my parents did, what we're taught to do. Your school, university, get the job, go,
get the
kids.
In the comfort zone. Their comfort zone, not yours.
But you know what the most dangerous thing about a comfort zone is that you become comfortable. And when you become comfortable, you stop living your true life. You don't find your purpose.
Yeah.
And that's eventually, and typically they call it the midlife crisis. You heard that before, right?
Yeah. I'm
so
going
typically,
through the last 30 years.
but I'm going to reframe it for you here. So you're 45, 50, 55, you go through this midlife crisis. No, it's a midlife reset, a chance to turn around and go, okay, I've done that. I learned, right? What's next? And that was the big part, is for me to determine and work out what's next and understand and learn that I don't have to be in control of everything.
No, that's right. Go with the flow. The new
Go
one,
with the
Tim,
flow.
new one I just come across myself out of the blue. I think, Tim, you're old enough. Ideas pop in our head and we go, where'd that come from? And the other day I was talking about to people about, for my podcast, about your second brain, your gut. You get these, what they call gut feelings, and a lot of
That's
it,
right.
you ignore them because you're too busy. They're rumbling and telling you things and you're not listening, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
my one to people is to listen to your body and trust your gut. If you think it's wrong, it probably is wrong.
Yes. But you got to feel it, and we don't in society.
No.
We don't listen to our feelings. We don't listen to our bodies. We don't listen to the signals, and they're all around us all the time.
That's right.
And it's learning to just identify it. Yeah, one of the big things.
And the big one is I love the word why. It's something like if my knee hurts, my first response is why. Is it my shoes? Is it did I get up better? Do I twist my ankle? What do I do? What's making my knee hurt? And how can I stop it from hurting more, for example? I'm always asking why. Tell me the important moment in your career that changed your direction. I guess that when you left your job, but tell us a bit about that.
Walking out after a 27-year career, it was, what should I say, simple but not easy to do.
No doubt about it. We've had plenty of people telling you not to do it.
Well, no, nobody knew I actually did it. I didn't tell the family. We went, there was just before we were due to go on holiday. So it was due to go on a family holiday. And I just said, I've left early, taken a couple of extra days leave. And I didn't tell anybody for about 2 weeks. I just didn't want, I wanted to enjoy the holiday. I wanted to just forget about it.
Why? Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Exactly. I just wanted to take a deep breath, I suppose would be the best thing, and enjoy a holiday. And then that's when it was calm, and that's when I told everybody. And the biggest challenge was to stop chasing the money.
Funny you say that one. I didn't stop until COVID. COVID stopped me. I got wiped out. So I got stopped. I chased money. True story, guys. I chased money from 30 to 70. And it affected my relationships, my health, my children. My children were in bed when I got up to go to work, and they were in bed when I came home. So they knew the mother and didn't know me. I was just a guy who paid for all the bills.
That's it.
Good lifestyle for them, not for me. I was out chasing the dollar. So
exactly. So on the outside, everybody sees, hey, Jeff, you're successful. You got the cars and the house and the holidays, the family, beautiful wife. Hey, but inside, broken, lost.
You don't even know it. So much you don't even know it, guys. You don't even know it. Right?
And we don't know who we are. Here's the reality. I ask this all my clients when I start. Who are you?
Yeah, that's right.
Don't tell me you're a teacher or you're an accountant or no. That's a title. Who are you? And no one can answer.
I'm a guy who hasn't grown up yet, but I'm still looking.
There we go. And you're enjoying the journey.
Absolutely.
Now you're enjoying the journey. Yeah.
I'll tell you a quick story, guys. I was with a lovely girl for a few years, and she wanted to break up. Because I was rich, they take you to court. Now, if you're poor, they never take you to court. But this girl wanted to take me to court, and I thought, okay, I'll try and cut this off at the pass. Let's go to a marriage counsellor. We weren't married, but we were good enough as. So we went to a marriage counsellor. It turns out to be a woman. I'm shaking my head thinking, I've got myself in more trouble here because she's going to probably take a woman's point of view. So the girl's name was Marilyn. She goes in, she pays out on me for an hour because the woman said, okay, Marilyn, tell us the story. And she pays out on me for about an hour. Jeff did this and Jeff said that and Jeff did this and Jeff did that. And then I'm listening to all this. I think, half that's true. And it's come to my turn. I had tears in my eyes. Tim, you'll love this one. You'll love my answer. I said, what do you want, Jeff? And I had tears in my eyes when I said to her, I just want to be happy. That was it. End of story. That was my segment. Yeah. That was it. That's not what I want to be happy. Nothing else. I want to be happy. Mm-hmm. That's not a crime, is it? Is that a crime? I want to be happy. I don't want to be fighting or arguing or debating.
Isn't that what we all want in life? You can. It's not the car or the house or the holidays or all the fancy stuff and the nice watch. It's to be joy, to have happy, to be happy, to find peace, to walk on a beach and see the scenery and smell the fresh air. And
I love making the money so I can afford those things. Like, you want to go You want to jump on a plane and go somewhere, you've got to pay money, et cetera, et
Yeah,
cetera. Want a nice hotel?
that's the reality.
That's reality. So you need the money, guys. However, you got to use that money wisely. You can't take it with you. And I tell one of my favourite sayings to people is, it only costs twice as much to go first class. So in life, have the best, guys. It's only twice as much between the best and the worst, right?
Yeah.
Tell me, Tim, you're obviously a good listener and you've got empathy in spades. In your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that have contributed to your amazing success? What do you put that down to?
Well, I'm still on my journey to get to my amazing success, and I don't think I'll ever get there because it's a permanently moving goal.
You're at base camp, my friend, trying to climb the mountain.
Yeah. Listening was an important part of it.
Empathy, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Empathy and understanding.
Yeah.
And a key thing for the clients that are attracted to me that I can help is I've been where they are, so I can understand that. So it's not what I teach and what I share, whether it's the breath work. I'm certified as a breathwork guide. I really went and studied this, but I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist or a counselor, anything. I don't have a formal qualification. I've got my degrees come from the University of Life.
Yeah, common sense. It's called common sense.
So I can understand from a position of, I've been there. This is how I felt. This is what I found. Felt, found. I felt like that. I feel like this. This is what I found. Relatable. And that's been a big part of it, is to have conversations and to ask questions. You said why earlier on. Why? One of the most powerful. I love using that. When people say, why is that? Why do you do that? Yeah. And just really starting to get them. So asking questions is a key thing. I think that's also a big skill.
Most of my life, and people used to hate me. People asking all these questions, and I used to say to them, "Listen, my friend, if you listen to the answer, you'll learn something. You haven't got the balls to ask the question. I'm asking the question on everyone's behalf, so we can all learn from the question. So listen."
Yeah.
Right.
Listen. Yeah.
And the other thing you've got, Tim, it comes across in spades. You've obviously got integrity about your work. So that's another key quality you've got there. Tell us about a recent project or achievement you're particularly proud of.
A recent project or achievement that I'm particularly.
What have you done?
Sure. Anytime that I have a client who has an aha moment is a big achievement for me.
Breakthrough, yeah, win-win. Yeah, that's when you win.
That's the key thing for me. Where somebody comes and they go through one of my breathwork experiences, because there's a very specific technique that I specialize in to create a real emotional change of state in people. It's not intellectual, it's emotional. And where people connect something of a trigger or that button or the restriction or the paradigm block that they've got in their head to situations, and they now understand why, and they can let it go. And releasing it to find more peace and more calm in their days so that they're not frustrated. Let me give you an example quickly. I had a client earlier this year. Her name is Rebecca, phenomenal. Married, 3 kids under the age of 12, I think they all were, but had a horrible upbringing, very abusive upbringing, but complete, nasty upbringing. And she'd been on antidepressants since the age of 16. She's now in her 50s. So really, really struggling. Done all the things. Anyway, we were going through various different protocols and breathing techniques and clarity moments. And she got hold of me one day and she says, Tim, now she used to say, I hate my kids. That was her words. I cannot stand them. I hate my kids. I don't like my husband. I married an abusive man. My dad was abusive. I married my father. Need to get out of this. Horrible. And she gets hold of me one day and she says, Tim, I am my mother. And she says, it was like a light bulb moment. She went outside and she wanted to tell her kids to come in for dinner. And she was screaming and she suddenly stopped. And she says, but hold on. That's what my mom used to do.
Yes.
And when she had that clarity moment,
lovely.
I can help through specific breathing technique called transformational breathwork journeys. It's also known as holotropic breathing. It's a 1-hour session of deep breathing to release trauma and anxiety that we hold inside of us through experiences. I said to her, take that memory and forgive your mom. Let your mom go.
So? Yeah.
She built the most amazing, well, still has got the most amazing relationship with her kids. And it was about 3, maybe 4 weeks later, in one of my sessions with her, she says, I can't believe I've got the most amazing kids. I love them to bits. She left her husband. The kids now live with her, and she's happy.
That's it.
Absolutely. Just providing a space for people to move through those major blocks they've had for decades.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why I do what I do.
And we've all got a story, Tim. Not too many of us got through our era without stories, of abuse. And at school, I used to go home with bloody hands because they used to hit me with a steel ruler because they called me the devil because I was left-handed. And these nuns, lovely people, nuns, they were bashing me every day, trying to get me to go right-handed. Every day. And a few years later, I moved up to another grade, and they were whizzing blackboard dusters past my ears because I was talking in class all the time. So you've been there, those days.
Yeah. So there comes a point in your life, though, where you turn around and you go, I'm grateful for the nun who threw the chalkboard thing at me and whacked me because it made me who I am today. I'm more resilient.
I call it the good old days, Tim.
Yeah.
The good old days.
We don't look at those bad experiences as bad. You look at them and going, hey, because of that, I am who I am.
Yeah.
And that's a position of strength.
Yeah, absolutely. I just laugh because I was always in control. Tell me, speaking of being in control, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field? What's your secrets there? I guess you're constantly learning is one thing.
Always learning. And if I'm feeling if I'm feeling in a bit of a stagnant state, and sometimes you can't get out of your head or find that, number one, take a break. Where I live, I'm blessed. Where we live, 2 minutes down the road is the most pristine, beautiful lagoon. It's absolutely gorgeous. Take a break, go smell some fresh air. Take a slow, deep breath. You've got to get out of your head. You're only stuck because you're in here. And when you know that your conscious thinking mind is only 5% of your complete brain, and you're trying to solve everything from only 5%, well, what about accessing the other 95? So for that access to subconscious,
a lot to think about. Tell me, Tim, a 20-year-old version of you is about to, he may be going to step into the corporate world. He's 20, he or she. What advice would you give this 20-year-old? He said, I'm not sure what I want to do. I've just left school, Tim. I'm not going to be an engineer anymore, but I'm a bit lost. What should I be doing with myself? What would you tell them?
Keep traveling and don't stop.
Me too. You're one of the people that answered that way. I say travel and get a mentor. Whatever field you choose, get a mentor and shave 5 or 10 years off the journey. You don't know it all. And the mentors don't know it all, but they know a hell of a lot more than you. So,
powerful.
Travel's bloody awesome. Opens up so many doors, guys,
That's why I went into hospitality in the very first place, Jeff.
Yeah, is that right?
Because I figured I want to travel. What's a universal language? Well, waiting, bar, food, hospitality, restaurants, food.
Funny you
say and I did that.
Half my life, my younger life, I was a kitchen hand. Because I was like a street kid. I thought, kitchen hand, you get to eat food. I'm going to get a job there. Right. So I'm eating lobsters and prawns and steaks every day because I'm working in the kitchen hand. So
perfect.
Pretty cool job. Awesome. Hard work, by the way.
Oh yes.
Look at your head, Tim. You're at base camp. What are your goals and aspirations for the future? Where are you heading?
In-person speaking, stages around the world.
Yeah, nice.
I love speaking on stage. I find that speaking one to many gives a greater impact.
Of course.
It's to sharing the message of that there is another way apart from living. I'm not saying corporate's a bad thing. I'm not saying every job's a bad thing. We need people, right? Yeah. But understanding that there's a way that you can actually live your life fully, making a difference in yourself, in your family first, and in the business. And you don't have to do it so much that you physically burn yourself out to the point of being hospitalized. There are other ways. So being the person that I wish I'd had in 2018, that's the goal. Being that person to as many people as possible.
Many years ago, Tim, a friend of mine, he had one of his speakers not turn up. And he turned to me and said, Jeff, can you do me a favour? You're a good talker. Can you give a speech? And I'd never given a speech. It's to 1,000 franchise holders for a big group. Ooh. And,
Oh, wow.
so he wanted me to give a speech. So I said, okay, I'll do it for you. So for a seafood, I think he got about $20,000. I got a seafood dinner. Anyway, that's another story. So what happened? I roll up to the venue with my girl. I'm in the car and I turn the mirror around. As soon as I part, I turn the mirror around towards myself. And I did a Robert De Niro. I said, "You talking to me? You talking to me? You must be talking to me." And she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm getting into character."
Yeah, egging myself on. Yep, that's it.
It was so funny. It just came out of my head. Like, I had to do so because I was scared shitless. I'd never done it before in my life.
Of course.
And when I got
1,000 people. That's a mean audience to be in if you've never stood in front of them.
I let it rip, and I'm proud to say, to 8 speakers, I was the one who got a standing ovation. I was so proud of that. So maybe I'm meant to be on the stage. I mean, I'm a frustrated speaker and a frustrated author. And Tim, you've lived a full life. I always say to people, if I wrote a book, it would end up in the science fiction section because other people haven't done it. No one's going to believe it's in the book.
Nobody's going to believe it.
Yeah,
but you know what you most likely had, which led to the standing ovation, is authenticity.
Absolutely. I told my story.
You've got to have more authentic people.
Yeah, I told my story. That's all I did. All I did was just told the truth, told my story, how I'd made a fortune in business. At the time I was flying. I told them how I'd done it, how easy it was. At the time I had 120 websites. I said, how many people in the room have got a website? Hands up. How many people have got 2? Oh, let's jump to the chase. How many have got 10? It was about 2 people, right? I go, well, guys, I've got 120. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because I'm Hitler. I want to dominate my market. And dominate I did, right? I cut all my competitors off at the knees, But that's another story for another day. Tim, how can our listeners and people watching this wonderful podcast, what's the best way to reach out and find out about you and your amazing breath work and get their life back on track? What's the best way to do that?
Email me, tim@professionalpointer.com, or you'll find me on LinkedIn, Tim Wagner.
Yeah.
And find me on there, connect. Always happy to connect with people just for a half an hour chat. No obligations, nothing like that. It's all about how I can help you.
That's right.
And
And don't forget, guys, if any of you come on the podcast, come and get your 15 minutes of fame. It's a great session, a lot of fun. And
love it.
More importantly, we put you across Quora, Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook, our Facebook group of 6,500 professionals, and YouTube with all your social media links. So it's out there, and we can't stop it, guys. It's out there in cyberspace, and don't rely on me. We get you to do the same. I'm just a facilitator.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are going to do your own promotion. Wave the flag. Don't get me to wave the flag for you. Wave it yourself as well, right? But there's the invitation, guys. Come on, 15 minutes of fame. Before we wrap it up, tell us a fun fact about yourself, Tim, that most people do not know.
Fun fact. All right, here it is. You want me to spill the beans?
Yeah, I do. Spill the beans.
All right. I ran a strip club for 7 years.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I'd never stepped in one in my life before. I was not really interested in it. And I had my own consulting firm back in 2010, and they needed some help. I went in there. And the consulting firm, anyway, I did so well in what I was doing. The owner said, "You want to run the business?" And so I did that for 7.5 years. I ran a strip club.
Where was that?
In Cape Town, in South Africa.
Yeah.
And I could tell you one thing, Jeff. The most profitable business model you could ever come across.
I got one equally as good. I did it for 20 years. You ready?
Go for it.
We're almost kindred spirits. Number one, I'm not proud of this one. I ran hookers for 5 years. I had my own team of hookers. I had an escort agency, right? For 5 years, right? That's number one. And it was great business. But number two, I was the world at the time, before the internet, I was the world's, because I'm like Hitler, remember, guys? I was the world's biggest matchmaker. Boy meets girl for 20 years. And I sold out.
Wow.
There's a funny story here, guys. There's a sting in the tail here. This is 100% true, guys. May I get cancer of the eyes. I sold my business to someone for $500,000 when wages were $100 a week. So that's a lot of money, right? A lot of money. So, but I thought I'll retire. So what I did, I bought a sports car. I rented a beautiful penthouse in the city. But 3 months later, I was bored shitless. I went back to work because I was bored shitless. I thought I'd retired at 40, but that wasn't the case. Anyway, and then 1 year later, the internet came along in the meantime. I was well out of it by then. 1 year later, one of my competitors, who was never as good or as big as me, somehow got hold of Murdoch, not the real Murdoch, the son, Lachlan. And back in Australia, there's a guy called Packer. He had another son called James, both about 30. These boys were about 30. They bought that agency for $475 million.
Oh, yeah.
And it still goes today. I got 500,000. 475 million when money was really money.
Wow.
So
there's money in it.
There's money in it. Mate, it's like prostitution. It's like matchmaking, guys. It'll be around forever.
It's always going to be around. It's never going anywhere.
And it's going to get better. It's going to get better because relationships are getting harder to form. So if you're good at what you do, relationship consultant is an awesome field for anyone out there who's got the ability to do that. Anyway, we can go on forever. Tim,
exactly. Yeah, we can share stories, but let's not do that on this.
No, but go back, get on about breathing. Reach out to Tim. Learn how to live and learn how to breathe. And my last bit of advice for you guys: I'm 77. I had 5, not 1, but 5 multi-million-dollar businesses, guys, in my lifetime. And I'll tell you what I learned later in life. Every effing one of them, apart from this one, I stayed too long. I was never passionate about them. It was always about the effing money. I was after the money. Money, give me the money, honey. I was after the money. This one, I don't give a shit about the money. I just give a shit about helping people, and the money just follows through. So it's so darn easy. Anyway, that's it. Thanks very much for being on the show, Tim.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate the invitation. Keep going.